Call 1-800-592-2211. For only $19.95, you'll have perfect breath for 3 whole months, and we'll guarantee it. That's 1-800-592-2211. Imagine onions, garlic, anything, and you'll still have perfect breath. 1-800-592-2211.
Are high auto insurance payments bugging you, cleaning you out, and sucking your money down the drain? Then call A Affordable Insurance, where you'll get the best auto insurance at the lowest rates with an affordable down payment and low monthly payments. Call A Affordable Insurance now for an immediate quote at Metro 214-445-1234. That's Metro 214-445-1234.
Shouldn't your insurance be affordable? Affordable insurance.
Call the neighbors. Wake the door. It's time for What's Happening with Lisa Lee.
Good evening out there in Radio Land. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, kids, dogs, cats, whoever's out there listening. We're going to have some fun tonight. We've got some very special guests in the studio. My name is Lisa Dupre, and I'm sitting in for the lovely Lisa Lee, who is out of town this evening, and she graciously invited me to do the show for her. And with me here in the studio are some very talented gentlemen. Sitting across from me is Mr. Bugs Henderson, and to his left is Mr. Robert Wilonsky, music editor from the Dallas Observer. And over here to my right is Mr. Rick Koster, another writer for Buddy Magazine and contributing writer to the Dallas Observer. And good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Lisa. We've been having some interesting conversation in here prior to the coming on the air, and we've got a lot to share with you this evening. We're going to talk about music, and in particular rock and roll, and what it is and what it means to each of us and to you out there. And I want to invite you out there to call us with your comments at 988-1190 or 1-800-988-1190. And let us know. I'm going to take a poll tonight. I've been kind of doing that on the side for the last couple of weeks. And I wanted to know what people's 3 favorite all-time rock and roll bands were. And I kind of have an idea what we're going to end up with by the end of the night. But call us and let us know your picks for the all-time. And let us know what your thoughts are on the subject of music and what's going on today. And to begin with, I'd like to welcome Bugs. And you have a new CD out, don't you, Bugs?
It's fairly new, a couple of months.
That's sort of new.
How many sales will say new? It's brand new.
How many albums do you have in total out?
7.
So 7. Okay, and this is your 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And where can people get that when they want to go find it?
Boy, I'd have brought a list if I'd known I could plug it. I've heard that you can get it at Best Buy and at Blockbuster, and I know Bill's has got them, and I guess just at your stores. I'm not sure.
Your local music stores.
Yeah.
Another thing we were talking about earlier is you're having a special anniversary this coming weekend, the 25th, I believe, and 26th. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
It's the 20th anniversary of the band. We do it every year at Poor David's, yeah. 20 years. The first gig was at Mother Blues, August 1978.
Geez, that's incredible. Tell me why you think, I've only been in Texas about 16, 17 years, but I've watched a lot of people come and a lot of people go. What do you think maybe adds to your longevity? Other than your lovely wife.
And your good looks.
Just being here, really. I think just sticking around. I'm like you. I've seen a lot of bands and artists come and go, too. Every year there's another next big thing, or so-and-so's the next Hendrix or Stevie or whatever. And I don't know. I mean, I can go back to far as... Golly, I can't remember who was the next big thing when I started out, but there's...
It was you,
It was me. It was me. I think in '72 it was me, I think. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way at all. I really don't. It just... when people come to me and go, have you heard so-and-so? They're like... They've just signed with Mammoth Records or something, and they're going to be the next big thing. And it's like, well, okay, I got to get to my gig, and I hope they do well. And then, later, it's somebody else. It's not that it's not important, but it's I don't really concern myself with being the next big thing, or I'd be awfully disappointed.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys, Robert and Rick, what do you think contributes to the longevity of a music career?
I'll let Rick start out.
You have to love music. If you get in it just because you want to buy houses in San Diego
And get women.
Yeah, I think you're going to be real disappointed. You have to love music. I don't know how many times Bugs has been tempted by a major label deal, or I'm going to be on Saturday Night Live or whatever. And obviously he's had some disappointments in terms of that sort of thing, but he continues to make good music, and you would hope that he loves doing it, and that is what propels him.
One thing that I've seen in my 30 years involved in music is that so many people do get involved and don't realize the amount of work that goes into it. It looks so easy. It looks like a whole lot of fun. And the guys that I've seen survive, particularly in this market here, guys like Mike Morgan, Jim Suler, yourself, have been at it. Everybody thinks that they can do it, but they've been at it for years and years as well. What do you think, Robert?
Well, I mean, if you're going to talk locally, there's so many bands. The first one that always comes to mind is Funland. I think about Peter Schmidt, for instance. He started out playing in Three on a Hill in the mid-'80s. And when Peter was tempted by major label success in the late 80s, he left it behind to start something else, and now he's with Funland. They were on a major label for a while on Arista. They were dissatisfied with the deal. Then he went to, then he started out with Funland, doing something better, doing something different and more interesting. And now they're putting out a new record in October on a local label. They were on a major label, now they're putting out something on Crystal Clear. I've heard it. It's amazing. And these three guys, Clark, Vogler, Will Johnson, and Peter Schmidt are together because they love playing together, because they love music, because they do it for nothing but the unmitigated pleasure of getting on a stage, getting in a studio, and knowing that the three of them can make something phenomenal when they get together. And it has nothing to do with fame, it has nothing to do with prestige, it has nothing to do with women or power or cars or money. It has to do with the fact that they know that when they get in front of an audience, they can do something special to them and for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you say that that's true on any scale with any musicians? Because
well, that's a pretty broad statement. I mean, I'm sure a lot of successful bands did get in it for the money and the drugs and the chicks, you know, and whatever. I'm sure that happens every day, and I'm sure they stay together for the same reasons.
Well, one thing I did want to discuss tonight along those lines is rock and roll, the evolution of it to some extent, and what is it? Because back when I was growing up and my mother said to me, it'll never last, it's just a phase. I'm sure we all heard that. And it's been around, and now it's called a million different things. Is there anything left that's really rock and roll per se? And I wanted to talk about where it actually came from, because there's a lot of ideas about where rock and roll was born and what caused it to be created. Do you have some background? I've got some definitions here from the World Book.
Well, I mean, you know, every month or so, people always
this
talk
is my
about...
mic. You can't use
Yeah,
it.
you can share.
Mine apparently isn't
We're
working.
gonna let Robert share.
You know, every so often, I don't want, now I can hear myself too well. What a voice.
See, now as a writer, you have to get used to it. Everybody else wants to hear you.
I mean, everything I hear, people, there's so many subgenres, whether it's hip-hop, whether it's, you know, whatever. To me, anything, rock and roll is such a, I mean, I know Webster's defines it so-and-so, and Bugs defines it his way, and Rick defines it his way. I think it's anything that can touch you, and anything with it doesn't have to have three guitars, it doesn't have to have guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. You know, I listen to Sonic Youth, and it's as much a rock and roll as Chuck Berry. It's a different brand of rock and roll. It's a different method of expression, but it's still the same thing. It's still the same emotional shock and spark that you get when you know, I listen to records that are 40 years old. I listen to records that are 4 days old. And if they're good, and if they mean something, and if they have something within them that can connect to me, then that's rock and roll.
Okay. How about you, Bugs? What do you think
Yeah, I
rock and
think
roll
it's that old label deal. Where you have to say, is this rock and roll? Is this blues? I get heard about blues all the time. Everybody thinks blues is something different. Rock and roll was, you know, it started out young people's music, and young people always have to have their own music. It can't be what the older generation likes. It's a necessity. The kids have to have their own music, and their parents have to not like it. That's part of...
Yeah, that's true. Part of the rebellion of youth, probably.
Yeah, and rock and roll changes the same way. You know, what's rock and roll to me, the rock and roll groove that I grew up listening to for what I called rock and roll, I hear more in country music now than I do
there is
what
a
other
blend.
people. But it's like rock and roll or rock. You
Okay,
know, that's like two different things.
I hate
too.
to interrupt. I want to continue this conversation, but we're going to have to go to break. And people listening out there, give us a call at 988-1190. We're going to be playing some rock and roll coming in and out of these breaks, and see if you can figure out who these people are. Give us a call and give us a guess. Or let us know what your 3 favorite all-time rock and roll bands are. 988-1190. 1-800-988-1190. We want to hear what you have to say. We've got all kinds of comments ourselves, but we want to hear what you have to say, so give us a call.
With all you have to worry about, your job, the economy, prices at the market, and life in general, you wind up worrying about the worries. Our friends at the Legacy Group know you worry, especially about your family and your family's future. So they'd like to take a worry away. Just call them at 1-800-245-TERM. Cause for pennies a day, the folks at Legacy can guarantee your family will be just fine no matter what. How? With one of their term insurance policies. The most protection for the absolute least cost. For example, a 35-year-old non-smoker can get $250,000 of term insurance from an A-plus rated New York insurance company for about $30 a month. Pennies a day. And they'll guarantee that rate for 15 years. That's right, 15 years. With the Legacy Group, there are no worries about anything. No matter what age you are, their rates are unbeatable. So call Legacy now, 1-800-245-TERM. You need this protection. So get it and get rid of a worry. Call them now for a free quote at 1-800-245-TERM. That's 1-800-245-TERM.
Listen, that's the sound of America's economy picking up. Companies across the land are now reaping the rewards of their efforts. They've learned to work smarter, be more efficient, become more profitable, and they've created hundreds of thousands of new job opportunities. Yes, there are great new jobs out there, and the National Business Employment Weekly shows you where they are and how to land them. The National Business Employment Weekly, published by the Wall Street Journal. It's the only publication that updates you weekly on top-paying professional, managerial, and technical jobs available nationwide. And there's never been a better time to subscribe. Now, with your paid subscription, you'll also get the Job Search Guide, filled with valuable tips to help you win the job you're looking for. Call now and get 8 issues of the National Business Employment Weekly and the Job Search Guide for only $35.
Call toll-free 800-225-2800. That's 800-225-2800 for the National Business Employment Weekly. If you're not looking here, you're hardly looking.
Is loud snoring keeping you awake, robbing you of your precious sleep, threatening your job or your marriage? Then silence that snoring with a revolutionary new product called Nozovent, a small, flexible anti-snoring device that opens the nasal passages and promotes free breathing. Doctor-invented Nozovent has helped millions in Europe and Canada stop snoring. It works the very first time you use it. Nozovent even silenced the Guinness Book of Records' loudest snorer in the world, and it can work for you, too. Nozovent has a 30-day money-back guarantee and can be yours for only $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling. So if snoring is robbing you of the sleep you need, silence that snoring. Have your credit card ready and order Nozovent today.
Call 1-800-790-9913. For faster delivery, have your credit card ready. That's 1-800-790-9913. Silence the snoring. Call 1-800-790-9913. That's 1-800-790-9913.
Welcome back to What's Happening. I'm Lisa Dupre, sitting in for Lisa Lee. And we're sitting here in the studio with Bugs Henderson, Robert Wilonsky, music editor from the Dallas Observer, and Rick Koster, music writer for Buddy Magazine and the Dallas Observer. And we're having an interesting conversation. And I hear we have a caller here on line 1 we want to get to. And I think it's Delores. Is it Delores? Hello, Delores. Are you there?
Lisa!
Hi, Delores.
Hi, this is Delores.
Hi, DeDe.
How you doing?
Say, are you having some fun?
I knew that was you. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Delores. Hey, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
What kind of music do you listen to, DeDe?
Well, I love rock and roll. I love country. I love Elvis Presley.
You do? You love Elvis Presley?
Yes.
Do you think he's rock and roll?
Well, he had a little bit of rock and roll.
Yeah, he sure did, didn't he?
Do you think he's alive?
You think he's alive, DeDe?
Well, you know, I heard somebody said he was. I don't know. I kind of believe he is myself.
Well, I heard somebody on the radio today that was saying there's a piece coming out on NBC that's going to prove that Lisa Marie Presley, that's married to Michael Jackson, is not really Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I heard, DeDe.
Oh, my goodness.
She's really, no.
Is she Elvis?
I know it. Well, you know, I kind of believe he's alive.
Well, he may be, DeDe. Listen, I don't want to take too much time. Do you have a favorite 3 rock and roll bands that you've listened to over the years?
Well, yes. I mean, do you know, you don't know Blueberry Hill, do you?
Blueberry Hill?
Chuck Berry, or Fats Domino.
Fats Domino. Okay, and who else? Elvis, and who else, DeDe?
Oh, yes, Elvis.
Okay, and one more?
Oh, Buddy Holly.
There you go. Thanks for calling in, DeDe. You listen up to the show, and I'll see you next week.
Did you play my song?
Well, I'm going to play some other stuff tonight, but I'll play it for you another time, I promise.
Well, okay.
Thanks for calling, DeDe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, next in line, I believe, is Hale from Dallas. I don't know. Is Hale there? Hale,
We're
yes.
taking your request tonight.
Blueberry Hill first.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Buzz, can you?
You want to hum a few bars,
See
Bud?
the chat.
Hale.
Hello.
Is this Hale?
This is Hal.
Oh, Hal. She spelled the name wrong. Okay, hi, Hal.
Hey, how you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for calling tonight.
You're welcome.
Are you going to be going out to hear some music, or what are you doing this evening?
Yeah, as always.
Okay. Well, what do you have to say to us about rock and roll, Hal?
Well, I did a paper on the history of jazz when I was a senior in high school many years ago.
Uh-huh.
And in doing the research, I took it back to the drum beats of Africa, and then when the Africans came to America, the field songs were then eventually put into the black churches.
Uh-huh.
The same music, the same soulfulness that eventually evolved into what I consider rock and roll. And I talked to Joe Jonas today,
Mm-hmm.
and I was asking him about rock and roll, and he said the words rock and roll mean let it all hang out, feel the music. It's almost like the Pentecostal movement with the shouting and the free movement.
Well, that's interesting because one of the definitions I mentioned I had earlier refers to a New York Times quote that says they were quoting young people who rock like mad on the dance floor. Was a comment years ago made by one of the writers from the New York Times. I would say that's probably what he was talking about. Hal, do you have 3 favorite rock and roll bands you want to tell us about?
Oh, well, see, now, I'm of a different era than my son.
I want your opinion.
My opinions are Jerry Lee Lewis,
Okay.
Elvis Presley,
Okay.
Little Richard.
Little Richard. All right. One thing I noticed, and I think we all are pretty much aware of, is that many of our early white rock and roll artists got all their music pretty much from the black artists.
Exactly.
And it was an interesting conglomeration because at about the time rock and roll began to be born, there was also integration going on in politically in this country, which allowed for that opening of that gap, of that door, and allowed us to be able to tap into that music. And I think
the dance changed.
Yeah.
It went from the dancing of Frank Sinatra's music, where the two people were paired, to dancing independently. The jitterbug is what I think of when I think of rock and roll, but Joe Jonas says, oh no, it's more of a free movement where your right hand is doing something different from your left hand.
Okay. Hey, Hal, thanks for calling us.
You're welcome.
I prefer to think of it when
Have a good
somebody else
evening.
is writing.
Support local music.
I'm sorry?
I said, have a good evening. Support local music.
Always.
Okay, we've got a real special guest next, and I believe is it Rocky? Are you there? Hey, Rocky, welcome to the show. Are you there? Hello, Rocky. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, well, welcome, Rocky. Your buddy Bugs is sitting up here with us.
Hey, Bugs.
Hello, Rocky.
I know that Rick Koster dude, too.
Rock, what do you say, man?
Not much. How are you?
I'm fine. Do you still have the same Little League uniform on that we wore about 25 years ago?
Yeah, but it just doesn't fit.
I can understand.
Okay, Rocky?
Yes.
You told me you were in the studio again. Is that true?
Yeah, I just got out of the studio probably about 2 weeks ago, and we've got 2 other tracks we're getting ready to finish up on. Basically, what I'm doing is trying to get it shopped and try to get the old elusive major deal, you know?
Yep.
And things are going pretty good from that standpoint, especially from new songs and new inspiration and stuff like that. So it's going pretty good.
I want to know what you have to say about rock and roll. Are you still playing rock and roll?
I play straight ahead rock with, well, you know, I guess you'd call it just like the old Cream or, you know, that kind of feel. I mean, there's always been a touch of the blues feel with your rock playing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely classified as just, I call it good rock and roll.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, too, let's see, you and Bugs were among the very, very first Buddy Texas Tornadoes. Isn't that true?
That's right.
I hate to ask, guys, but what year was that?
I think it was
32 for me.
No, it was 78, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's about right, because I think it was about 20, wasn't it 20-something years?
I guess.
Oh, it's scary. And by the way, Rocky, you are going to be at the Buddy Texas Tornado Jam at the Hard Rock on September 21st, aren't you?
Oh, you bet.
I want to see you and Bugs maybe play together once again. I think you did that last year, didn't you?
No. When is it?
It's Thursday, September the 21st.
I don't have any idea where I am.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can
be there.
check. Okay, well, we'll look forward to seeing you. I want to know, Rocky, your favorite all-time 3 rock and roll bands.
Well, I would say the Beatles.
Besides Bugs.
Don't mention me, Rocky. It'll sound funny.
All I know is I remember when Bugs threw hot sauce at me. That's the first time I ever met him. He goes, "Gotcha." That was in Corpus Christi, long ago.
Oh, you thought that was hot sauce?
I said, I'm going to like this guy. No, but my favorite 3 is definitely the Beatles.
Okay.
The Beatles and the Beatles.
Seriously?
Oh, God, I just still get magic from just listening to those old tracks all the time.
All right.
But I have to emphasize that band more. But then the others would be Jimi Hendrix and Cream.
Okay.
Rocky left off Gentle Giant.
Well, now, Gentle Giant was during my obscure days.
Okay. I was a little disappointed there.
Or Crack the Sky.
Crack the Sky rocked.
Yeah.
Well, Rocky, thanks for calling in. And if I don't see you before the Tornado Jam, I'll see you at the Hard Rock on the 21st of September.
Okay, are you still doing the jams Monday night?
I sure am. In fact, I forgot to mention that earlier. I host the Blue Monday Jam at the Greenville Bar and Grill. In fact, did I tell you who's coming this Monday?
No.
His name is Marty Friedman. He's the lead guitar player from Megadeth.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Wants to play a blues jam, so we invited him to come on down.
Oh, he also did my bar mitzvah.
Wasn't he in Jefferson Airplane?
We're showing the real meaning of a 1-4-5.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Rocky.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to hearing your new release.
Okay.
Bye.
See you guys.
Okay, we've got another caller coming in. Let's see, is this Ernie? Ernie, are you there, Ernie?
I'm here.
Hi, Ernie.
Hello.
Welcome to the program.
I'm happy to be here.
What's happening?
Well, I just wanted to call in and put in my 3 cents, as it were.
Okay.
One of the bands was already mentioned, Gentle Giant, oddly enough. I would have to say that King Crimson,
Okay.
Yes, and Dr. Hook and the Medicine would be my 3 choices.
All right, let's hear what you guys...
That was Rick laughing, by the way. I'm not making fun of those
Rick.
choices.
Heck no, Dr. Hook.
Bugs likes Dr. Hook. I actually like King Crimson.
I did some shows with Dr. Hook, in fact.
Actually, I did a show with King
Dr.
Crimson.
Himself. I don't think he was there, but...
Well,
that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Well, that comes back to what Lisa was saying about what is rock and roll anymore, and it's basically like a virus that imparts its genetic cell to every kind of music you could think of. So That's where you get your country rock and your classical rock and everything else, and so you end up with your King Crimsons and your Dr. Hooks.
Well, it's obviously different things to different people. It's a perfect example of it right there.
It is indeed.
Well, one thing I think that's the most exciting part about music and rock and roll is that it's almost like a religion in that it's something different to everybody. There's no two people that are ever going to look at it, like Robert was saying earlier, the same way.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, as a music critic, when I get these vicious hate letters about bands that I surprisingly
I want to talk about that after
the
break.
It's surprisingly enough that I get letters that say I'm no good, and most of them come from relatives. But
or bugs.
No, bugs wrote me a very nice letter. I can't complain about bugs.
I'm just kidding.
But the thing is, I'm always intrigued by how vicious letters can be when you just say a particular band, and not if I don't attack the bands viciously, but if I have something I think is insightful to say,
right.
God forbid, the letters are so venomous and so hate-filled because people do treat rock and roll and music in general like a religion. Their favorite band is their favorite band for so many particular reasons.
Now, I'm still waiting for people to call and let me know who these artists were going to play on these breaks now that they're local. Okay, wait a second. What? I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on here. I thought we were taking a break. Oh, yeah, we want you to call us at 988-1190, 1-800-988-1190, and let us know what you think. Now, we're going to be playing, as I said, we're going to be playing music going in and out of these breaks, and I want to know if anybody out there recognizes any of these bands. And you ought to. Y'all call us, let us know your top 3 favorite rock and roll bands of all times. We've got Robert Wilonsky, Bugs Henderson, Rick Koster, and myself, Lisa Dupre, waiting up here to talk with you. So you let us know what's happening.
Gambling can be fun and exciting, but to 500,000 Texans, it is an addiction. They become addicted to gambling whether the betting is on football, bingo, horse racing, dog racing, the lottery, or simple betting with friends. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-742-0443. The Texas Council on Problem Compulsive Gambling can help. All calls are confidential.
Do you want to save money on your life insurance now? Are you in the market to buy term life insurance? It used to take weeks of shopping, and then you still couldn't be sure if you got the best deal. Now, one toll-free call to Wealthmaster Insurance Quote Services, and you can find out which term life insurance company in America has the lowest price for you. Wealthmaster Insurance Quote Services is an independent company. The quote process is simple. When you call, tell us your age and coverage needs. In days, you'll receive a printout showing you the 5 least expensive policies from the highest-rated companies in America, along with a schedule showing which each one costs. The number is 1-800-803-1151. This free service is not a promotion for any one life insurance company. There's absolutely no obligation and no gimmicks. Call 1-800-803-1151 now. That's 1-800-803-1151. Call for your free life insurance quote today and cut your life insurance costs up to 50%. Call Wealthmaster Insurance Quote Services and be sure. Call 1-800-803-1151 for a free no-obligation quote service. 1-800-803-1151.
Hey, it's me, Tammy, and because Tony Reynolds is too lazy to make his own promo, I'll let you know that you should join Tony Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight for Internet at Night, and on Sunday, it's the best of Internet at Night from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight, following CompuTalk. Call in and keep Tony awake with your questions and discoveries on the Internet. Interesting guests, cool prizes, and lots of fun. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight for Internet at Night on AM 1190 KGBS.
What if you could put a machine on your head that taught you foreign languages, improved your memory, vocabulary, even programmed you for success, and it made your learning seem almost effortless? I want to tell you about an amazing new technology that lets you relax while you learn. It's called the Learning Machine. Using a special learning CD and a computer headset that looks like something out of a science fiction movie, the Learning Machine focuses your attention while the interactive lessons are delivered to your mind. It's so cool, it actually feels like a movie playing inside your head. And because it's so entertaining, it motivates you to want to learn. If you call 1-800-525-4900 right now, you'll receive the incredible Learning Machine to try risk-free alone with a free demonstration kit including programs for speed reading, vocabulary, memory improvement, phonics, foreign languages, and more. See how easy and fun learning can be. Call 1-800-525-4900 for more information. 1-800-525-4900.
Welcome back to the program. This is What's Happening. I'm Lisa Dupre, sitting in for the lovely Miss Lisa Lee. And I'm very grateful she allowed me to do the show for her tonight. In the studio with me once again is Bugs Henderson, Robert Wilonsky, music editor from the Dallas Observer, Rick Koster, writer for the Observer and for Buddy Magazine, and we're discussing rock and roll and the current state of music in the world. And we've been having an interesting conversation we'd like to share with you. If you've got comments, call us at 988-1190. 1-800-988-1190. We're still waiting. Nobody's called to identify that break music. I don't know if anybody out there even knows who it is. But I'd like to hear your guesses on the subject and your three favorite all-time rock and roll bands. Robert, we were talking a few minutes ago. First of all, you mentioned getting some absolutely horrible letters. But, you know, the term music critic is sometimes confused, and I would like you to let us know what you think you are doing and what your goals are.
Well, I'd like to think what we're doing at the Observer and what I do is that I'm a journalist who writes about music in much the same way somebody's a journalist who writes about City Hall or a journalist who writes about sports, because what I do involves as much research and as much listening.
I must say that your knowledge is vast, and I'm very, very impressed by it.
That's
as most people should be, because you know an awful lot about a lot of things, musically speaking.
Well, I mean, you know, I was telling somebody the other day that I'm a fan as much as I am a writer. The reason I became a music writer was because I love music so much, and I loved writing, and I'm very fortunate in that I get to do the two things together. All I do all day is listen to music, and I'm reading about musicians, whether they're performing now or 50 years ago. One of the great joys of my job is that in writing about music in Dallas in particular, is that I don't just write about the Toadies or just write about Funland or Vibrolux and the bands that are currently making music in Deep Ellum, but I can write about guys like Ronnie Dawson playing, you know, who's been playing for 40 years with the Big DJ Jamboree. I can go back and do pieces like this on the Star Talent label that was here in the late 40s, early 50s, which gave such greats as Professor Longhair and Rufus Thomas their start, even though they were Dallas labels and they were not Dallas artists. The history of Dallas and the history of Dallas music and Texas music and music in general so fascinates me and so enthralls me and so invigorates me that I love to write about these things.
Well, you can tell you do it with a passion. That's
well, thanks. I mean, you have to have an opinion, but you have to be able to back it up.
Well, let me ask Rick. I mean, do you like the term music critic when you're covering someone or a band or a performance? How do you feel about being called a music critic? It sounds so negative.
I don't mind being called a critic. I don't know that Robert likes it.
No, wait. No, I do like. I am a critic. I mean, what I do is give my opinion to people in the same way that you do it in record reviews or in pieces that we write. Being a criticism is not derogatory.
Necessarily bad.
Criticism is simply trying to get inside of a work and to explain a work and what it means and how it impacts the writer to the public. I think the term critic is fine. I mean, some of the greatest writers in the 20th century were critics, are critics. So I have no problem with the term itself.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't being critical. No, I was kidding.
Fight outside.
Outside in the hall, boys.
No, Robert and I drink heavily together all the time, but
right now.
What a great idea. No, I don't mind being called
stay a little longer.
A critic. I was a professional musician for 15 years before I started writing about music, and that's how I got into it. And I'm not sure that I did or do either of them particularly well, but I do know about them. And
So you were a musician first and then a
yeah,
journalist?
I majored in journalism in college and wrote about music then, and then I played in bands to the extent that I could say that I've lost on Star Search, so that ought to show that I had a certain lack of
really?
ability. Yeah, I really did.
Certain lack of ability.
I really did.
Do you have that videotape?
Yeah, you ought to see it. It's
Can I see it?
astonishing. It looks like it makes a flock of seagulls look like Larry, Curly, and Moe. It's just pathetic.
Were you a new wave band?
We were, I don't know, kind of like the Fix, that sort of thing. And now to see Roberts being critical of Fix, that was a great band.
Yeah. You can't expect him not to laugh, Rick.
Oh, I know. Well,
Did you have big hair?
the biggest?
You still have big hair, by the way.
No, I don't have big
Okay.
hair. I have gray hair.
Well,
Okay,
we all
anyway.
have some of that, and that's a badge of courage there. I wanna break for just a minute, and then I wanna come back and talk about that being a musician in Texas, Robert, like we were speaking of earlier. We've got Patrick, I believe, from Dallas on the line. Patrick, are you there?
Yes, how is everybody?
We're fine. What's happening, Patrick?
I'm doing just fine. First of all, I'd like to ask Mr. Wilonsky, what's his favorite Blue Oyster Cult song?
Don't Fear the Reaper, quite obviously.
Well, the reason I ask you that is I know you have a reputation of hating anything from the 70s, so...
No, wait a minute.
Whoa.
That's quite a generalization. Can you prove it?
No, I can't prove it. I'm just kind of kidding with you. You know, it's nothing serious. I just thought I'd throw that in. But my three favorite bands are, first off, Nitzinger.
All right. I love it.
We were talking about him earlier.
Yeah.
Tropical Otter.
Who?
And The Elements. Oh, those are a little obscure, I know, but those
Who
are my
was the
three
second
favorites.
one, Patrick?
Those are 70s bands, I guess.
By the way, the break music.
Yes.
Would that be Bugs Henderson?
Well, actually, the first break was Bugs Henderson. The second break was a different band.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch
It was Blue Oyster Cult, oddly
No,
enough.
it wasn't. And I'm going to wait a little bit, and then I'll mention it before we take the next break. I'll tell you who it was. We'll see if anybody can call us at 988-1190, 1-800-988-1190, and let us know who the second band was. Good guess on the first break, though. That was Bugs Henderson. And there is no other man that sounds like him. That's what's so wonderful about it. He's got his own sound, doesn't he?
Is it Bubble Puppy?
No.
Can I ask?
Okay, thank you.
I tell you what, thanks for calling, Patrick, and you keep listening, and I guess he's gone, and we want to talk to Vivian. Vivian, are you there?
I am.
Welcome to the program. What's happening, Vivian?
Just sitting around enjoying this program,
Well, thanks for listening.
and wanted to give you my twofold. Wanted to give you my top three bands, and wanted to make a comment.
Well, give us your bands.
The Waterboys,
Okay.
Crowded House, and the Neville Brothers.
Neville's. I love the Neville's. And Crowded House?
Do you know the Neville Brothers?
Personally, no.
Oh, okay. But you know of them.
I should hope so.
Well, just wanted to check. You know, we're in Dallas after all.
Yeah, but what does that mean exactly?
Hey, wait a minute.
That means that a lot of people in Dallas have no taste. Let's move on to my second.
Whoa. No. Where are you from, Vivian?
From Dallas, I can speak from whence I know.
And you're saying that a lot of people in Dallas have no taste, musically speaking? Is that what you're referring to?
Well, yeah. Let's.
How come you have such good taste then?
Look at our radio station.
Yeah, but that doesn't define the taste of the
Absolutely.
electorate. It defines the taste of program directors who know they can make money by playing the same 13 songs over and over again because they have heavy rotation on MTV and VH1.
Well, 13 is twice the number that they play on the Edge, I guess, because I believe that Pearl Jam is every other song, isn't it?
Either that or Deep Blue Something.
Thank you.
Vivian, let me make a suggestion to you. There's an awful lot of fabulous music in this city and in Fort Worth, and you know you can get out and find it. It's not necessarily on the radio, but it's out there.
No, I do get out. I get out and see my fair share of music, and I do like a lot of local bands. And
What local bands do you like?
I like Andy Timmons
Yes.
a lot. I like a band called Sideshow Freaks that appear in and around town every once in a while. Who else do I know?
Vivian, could I just point out that I once saw Aaron Neville stiff an entire a waitress when he had an entire table full of people in New Orleans. So
I was
just-
going to say, you saw him stiff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron and I go way
Have
back.
you ever heard Bugs Henderson, Vivian?
No, but I saw him at the Galleria once.
You did?
When were you
No,
Bugs?
that was Elvis. That was
I was
Elvis.
doing the Santa
Well, let me
Claus
make a
deal there.
suggestion to you.
Were you
Why
ice
don't you
skating?
get
Yeah, I was.
yourself on down to Port David's next weekend and give yourself an opportunity to hear one of the most fabulous musicians anywhere, and then call us and let us know what you think of
And
him.
who is that fabulous musician?
Bugs
Is
Henderson.
he at Port Davis next week?
Yes, Friday and Saturday, celebrating his 20th anniversary.
A
with his
clever
band.
plug. I will say I also enjoy trout fishing in America.
Oh, they're wonderful. I wouldn't exactly call them rock and roll, though.
Oh.
Or local.
Or local. Well, Vivian, was there another comment? You said you had a comment. Was that it?
Now, and I will make my comment and hang up, but it's not really a comment, it's a question. Do you think that you have to have played music to be able to be a music critic?
No, not at all. I'm not a musician. I've never pretended to be a musician. I'm not somebody who believes that those who can, those who can't write about those who can.
Well, it's like, do you have to be able...
What's that?
Oh, it's the Woody Allen.
I was going to say, do you have to be a chef to enjoy good food? I don't think so. Vivian, thanks for calling.
Sure thing.
Our number here in the studio is 988-1190. We want to hear from you guys out there, and we've got another caller on the line, Mike from Garland. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
What's happening?
How you doing?
We're doing great. How about you?
This is a great program.
Thank you.
And my top three are Led Zeppelin,
Okay.
Tall, and Atlanta the Rhythm Section.
Jethro Tull, Led Zeppelin, and Atlanta Rhythm Section. Okay. Well, Mike, what do you think about the conversation here tonight? Are you enjoying your... Have you ever read any of...
Off base.
You what?
I think that lady was off base.
You do?
I think there's a lot of good rock and roll music here in Dallas.
I agree with you.
You know, ZZ Top originated here. You know, it's great.
I wonder if the lady was talking more about the audiences than she was the bands.
She was talking about radio, too, you know, when she said...
yeah.
Like Robert said, because of what's programmed on the radio, that didn't reflect the taste of the city at all. They're making a buck is what they're doing, and they're playing what they think makes a buck.
Okay. Well, Mike, thanks for calling us with your vote for the top 3 all-time rock and roll bands.
Well, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And we do have another caller, but we're going to take that after the break. We've got Mr. R.L. Griffin on the line from R.L. Griffin's Blues Palace. I still want to know, guys, now who is this next band, this break music? I want to know. You're going to be surprised. The last break music was Johnny Red and the Roosters from Fort Worth, Texas. Give us a call at 988-1190 and get out there and support local music. We'll see you after a while.
With all you have to worry about, your job, the economy, prices at the market, and life in general, you wind up worrying about the worries. Our friends at the Legacy Group know you worry, especially about your family and your family's future. So they'd like to take a worry away. Just call them at 1-800-245-TERM. Cause for pennies a day, the folks at Legacy can guarantee your family will be just fine no matter what. How? With one of their term insurance policies. The most protection for the absolute least cost. For example, a 35-year-old non-smoker can get $250,000 of term insurance from an A-plus rated New York insurance company for about $30 a month. pennies a day. And they'll guarantee that rate for 15 years. That's right, 15 years. With the Legacy Group, there are no worries about anything. No matter what age you are, their rates are unbeatable. So call Legacy now, 1-800-245-TERM. You need this protection, so get it and get rid of a worry. Call them now for a free quote at 1-800-245-TERM. That's 1-800-245-TERM.
I'm free. I don't have to worry about bad breath anymore, and neither should you. All I do is take a small capsule called Perfect Breath. You eat garlic, you stay home. I eat anything, I go anywhere. Perfect Breath is not a mint, a candy, or one of those breath fresheners that lasts a few minutes. Perfect Breath is all natural and it lasts all day. Doctors will tell you that bad breath starts in your stomach, and that's why they recommend this fantastic new product called Perfect Breath, the #1 internal breath freshener. You see, Perfect Breath goes to work right in your stomach at the source of the problem. This all-new, all-natural, sugar-free, easy-to-swallow capsule is not available in stores, so call 1-800-592-2211. For only $19.95, you'll have Perfect Breath for 3 whole months, and we'll guarantee it. That's 1-800-592-2211. Imagine onions, garlic, anything, and you'll still have Perfect Breath. 1-800-592-2211.
The oldest human disease is arthritis, and sad to say, there's still no cure. However, scientists have found that the healthier you are, the easier your body can fight the pain. So, improve your health for a pain-free life. How? Here's what helps. A really good vitamin program to supplement an imperfect diet. Take the daily Vicen AR vitamins, especially formulated to provide your body with 52 essential elements, including all the vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients your body needs. No drugs whatsoever. If Vicen AR doesn't help give you longer-lasting pain relief, they'll give you your money back. That's guaranteed. Not available in stores. To order by phone, call toll-free anytime. Vicen accepts the major credit card, check, money order, or COD. Month supply costs just $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. Call 1-800-441-7626. 1-800-441-7626. 1-800-441-7626.
Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. This is What's Happening. I am Lisa Dupre, sitting in for the lovely Lisa Lee, who is probably at this time enjoying a wedding that she was looking forward to for a long time. In the studio with me this evening we have the one and only Bugs Henderson, Mr. Robert Wilonsky, music editor of the Dallas Observer, and Rick Koster, writer for the Observer and for Buddy Magazine. And we're talking about music and rock and roll and what it's all about these days and in the past. And we have a very special gentleman, I think, who's been waiting quite a while. We're sorry to have made him wait, but Mr. R.L. Griffin is on the line. Are you there, R.L.?
Yeah, how you doing, Lisa?
Hey, welcome to the program.
Yes, I've been listening at you all. You're sounding real good.
Are we? We don't sound as good as you do, I bet.
Oh, no, y'all sound real good. And you're talking about some good stuff, too.
Well, tell us about you've been playing music in the Dallas area for how many years now, R.L.?
I think it's been about 20 years.
20 years?
20 years, because when I first started out, I was working with a group here in Dallas called Big Bo Thomas and the Twisting Arrows, and I played with those guys, and after I left, I stopped playing with those guys, and I got my own band going.
Uh-huh. And you've been doing that for a long time. I know. Have you been over to Europe recently, or did...
Yes, I was over there about a year ago. We went over there. In fact, I just had a new CD to be released from over there. We just got it this week. It's on the Blue Grape label, and in fact, we just got them in this week.
Well, I can't wait. Where can we get those from?
All the record stores should have them by now, because they was just shipping them out to most of the stations. I mean, most of the radio stations was just beginning to get them, and then they was trying to get them to all of the music stores.
Yeah, Robert's hurt here, R.L. He wants to know where his is.
I'll tell him I have some here at the club.
Okay.
Drop by, I will give him some.
There you go. Have you been down there?
No, I'm
all right.
on my way.
Wait. I want to make a challenge right here. Will you join me some evening down there?
I'd love to.
I used to do a show down there every Thursday night for a year. It is my very, very favorite place in the whole world. And I would like to invite you to join me. You've been down there.
Yes, I'd love to go again.
I want to ask R.L. some. R.L., this is Bugs.
Hey, Bugs, how's it going?
Do you remember the Corvettes?
Yeah, Yeah.
See, I used to see you in the Corvettes.
That was the group that I first started with in East Texas when I first come to Dallas. That's the group that I was working with, was the Corvettes.
Yeah, well, see, I lived down in Tyler, and I was playing with, remember Mouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played with Mouse and the Traps. I remember you guys, Gaston Hubbard, the organ player.
Right.
Where's Gaston now?
He's here in Dallas. He's retired, but he come by every so often. You know, we recorded for Robin Hood down there. The first time I recorded was down in Tyler for Robin Hood.
Yeah, I recorded for him too.
Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't sound like you didn't like that.
No, it was great.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure it was great for you too.
I hear you're back on the air on Saturday nights. Is that true?
We'll be on tonight on KKDA. I come on at 11 o'clock tonight. We're going live from 11 to 12. So if some of the musicians would like to come on down and do something that is perfect.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we get... I tell you, and that article, you were in the Met, they did a wonderful article on you, and then just this week in the morning news.
Yeah, they
About time.
They come over and talk to me a little bit, trying to find out some good things about me, you know.
Okay, well, congratulations on that, and I hope I'll be down there real soon. You know I will.
Thank you. I'm glad to be on your show, and I hope that you all can get by here tonight, or if you can't get by tonight, whenever, just come by, you know.
Thanks, Ariel. You know I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Say hi to everybody down there for me.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye. Y'all call us. Let us know what you think about rock and roll and your top 3 bands, 988-1190. And we've got Joe on the line. Joe, are you there? Joe. Hello, Joe. Joe.
Hello.
Welcome to What's Happening.
Hey, I'm sitting in front of a liquor store here calling you all up to answer your question about what music you were playing before the commercials.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Oh, well, that's Johnny Red and the Roosters.
Yes, it was.
Right out of Fort Worth. I tell you, he's a joy to see him. I saw Bugs play. I tell you, seeing these guys play live, it's the best thing in the world.
It's true. It's amazing the energy these old guys generate.
In the past, and there's a lot of bands I like on the records, but there's not a whole lot of bands I used to like seeing live because all you get is a bunch of distortion and a bunch of screaming idiots. But I'll tell you what, I moved down to Texas here, and I see a guy like Bugs Henderson play, and it just blows you away, and it's just inspirational.
Thank you, Joe. What are your top 3 favorite bands?
My top 3 favorite bands? Are you talking about blues, or are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about rock and roll, and you're the one that's going to define that from your point of view.
Well, you know, as far as rock and roll, I like Leonard Skinner, Molly Hatchet, Marshall Tucker. As far as the progressive side out of Canada, I like Triumph. I like Rush a lot, the older Rush, not the new stuff. But I love music in general, and it's
okay.
It's tough to single one out.
You're right, and thanks for calling, Joe.
Okay, and hey, Robert, love your writing. Keep it up, man. Good job.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, we got another caller here at 988-1190. Chris from Dallas. Are you there, Chris?
Hi, Lisa. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Hello, Bugs.
Hello.
I've been around music and in the club business in Dallas for most of my life, and as far as my top 3 favorite bands go, it'd be like ZZ Top, the Rolling Stones, then ZZ Top. Then it'd be a tie between, say, Pink Floyd and Jefferson Airplane. I also liked what AC/DC did when they did.
Yes, so we said 3 now.
And as far as the local bands around town, some of my favorites, I think one of the best that was around was the original Savvy that was around in the 70s before Ricky Lynn went off to go do the Ricky Lynn project. I thought they were real good. I thought that, there was a lot of good bands around town, and it's just, those are my...
Okay, Chris, thank you for calling. I hate to cut this short, but we're going to be running out of time, and there's a topic we want to discuss here real quick. We've got a few minutes left. If Robert doesn't tear the studio down. And you keep listening to the program, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. All right, there's a subject that I really wanted to address. I wish we'd had more time this evening, but Robert was talking earlier with Bugs about and he said being a musician in Texas is different than being a musician anywhere else. Would you guys kind of elaborate on that for us for a minute?
Boy, it is different, and it's hard to pinpoint. One of the things about Texas, it just might seem minute, but it's actually important, is Texas, a musician has so many places to play. You can travel forever and work a lot and be in Texas.
And never leave
You know, I
Texas,
mean,
yeah.
there's plenty of work here that you can hone your craft where you take off anywhere else. There's a tradition. It's that old gunfighter thing, but it's a friendly.
Yeah.
I think it's friendly.
All right. Well,
I believe
Robert,
it's friendly.
what were
Maybe
you
not.
saying when you said?
Well, no, for me, Texas music is represented by a wide amalgam of sounds. I mean, musicians who play in Texas probably saw Elvis Presley at the Big D Jamboree. They saw Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys at the Longhorn Ballroom. They saw Ronnie
Well,
Dawson.
not all of them. Some
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
that old, Robert.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Apparently I am.
Oh, you grew up hearing these things on radio. You grew up hearing George Jones and Willie Nelson. You grew up hearing Albert King and Freddie King on the
Right.
radio. You grew up, if you listen to what, Jimmy Vaughn and Stevie Vaughn said for years, they grew up hearing Border Radio. They grew up hearing all these other, the blues radio shows out of Dallas, KNOK.
Right.
It's to be a musician in Texas is to be as influenced by conjunto music as it is to be influenced by blues and honky tonk. And to me, it's a fascinating way in which it's done, and it's what keeps me here.
I have to agree with you. I've traveled all over the U.S. and been in music for 30 years, New York, California, you name it. And that's one of the things that's kept me here all these years is my love of music. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is What's Happening. I'm Lisa Dupre. I've been sitting in with my guest for Lisa Lee, who I am sure will be back with bells on next week. And by the way, the music we're going to go home with tonight is the one and only Bugs Henderson. Y'all support local music. Musicians are broke. They need the money. Thanks very much for joining us, all you callers out there. And one thing I want to remind you is that music is as unique as we talked about religion. And there is no right or wrong. It's just a matter of what your taste is. So give Robert Wilonsky a break. No, I'm kidding.
Give him a beer.
Give him a beer.
Both things are
Y'all
fine
support
advice.
local music. We got Hash Brown tonight at GBG. We got Andy Timmons at Blue Cat Blues, Mike Morgan at Schooners. And pick up Any Buddy magazine, and the whole calendar's in there. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Do us a favor and tell your friends about Dallas-Fort Worth's Hot Talk Station.